Okay, now so far now we have discussed about projection of planes. So that is our third topic in first unit. So and also that is the last topic. We will be discussing about different kind of planes, of rectangular plane, square plane, triangular plane, circular plane, hexagonal, pentagonal planes. So these are all the planes basically available in your syllabus. Okay, so in that projection of planes, actually there are six topics are available, same like projection of lines. So both inclined conditions, both parallel conditions, sorry, both perpendicular conditions are available in projection of planes. So far now we have discussed about five conditions. That means five cases. So this is the fifth case. I think I have left out uh, the sixth case. So that is a very very important one. So regarding the problems of the first five cases, we will be see the problems in our today's class. So before that, நான் உங்களுக்கு tutorial marks எல்லாமே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா resubmit கொடுத்துட்டு return கொடுத்துட்டேன். So you can check your marks, okay, and also you can check the correct answer in our Google Classroom. So I have uploaded the correct answer, okay, so you can refer the correct answer. So before that, do you have any doubts regarding the two problems? That means projection of planes, because you have completed the two problems in our last tutorial class. So do you have any doubts, or else do you want me to solve the problem? நீ சால்வ் பண்ண சொன்னீங்கன்னா நான் இப்போவே எனக்கு ஸ்க்ரீன் ஷேர் பண்ணி நான் அந்த ஒயிட் ஸ்க்ரீனில் ட்ரா பண்ணி காமிக்கிறேன் if you need. So I think most of you secured 15 out of 15. Only very few got less marks because of poor presentation and poor skill to draw the diagrams. Okay, so the major common mistake that you have done for our last tutorial, that is many of you didn't highlighted the answers. So the answer is our front view and top view. So you have to highlight the front view and top view. And also regarding the dimensions, you should do a proper dimension. I already told you what are the dimensional methods are available. So you should for example, if you are making a arrowhead, so it should be in a proper format, that is 1:3 ratio. So the height of the arrowhead should be 1 mm and the length of the arrowhead should be 3 mm. So அதெல்லாம் நிறைய பேர் ஃபாலோ பண்ணலை. Okay, so that is the major mistake. And regarding presentation, few of you didn't use the compass. ஸோ கையிலே ட்ரா பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க, அந்த ஆர்க்கை வந்து கையிலே கிரியேட் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. Okay, so that are all the mistakes. So please rectify this in our second tutorial, because we'll be having only 6 tutorials. So in that 6, best of 4 will be taken for the internal assessment. Okay, so coming to our problem. ப்ராப்ளம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி டவுட் இருக்கா? இருந்தால் இப்போவே கேட்டுருங்க. So no doubts. Okay, so I will continue with my problem. The problem is a square lamina ABCD of side 40 mm. So here it is mentioned as a square lamina. So a square, that is our plane. So we are going to discuss about a square plane. And also here the name of the square plane is clearly mentioned. It is ABCD. So in some problems they will not give the name, so you can choose your own name. Okay, so here the name of this square lamina is ABCD of side 40 mm. Since it is a square, so all sides are equal, so 40 mm, and it is perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. So that is our problem. And also with it, we have to draw the projections, and also we have to locate the traces. So locating the traces for this kind of problem is very very simple, because one condition is parallel to VP. Okay, if it is parallel to VP, there is no vertical trace, so we have to mark only the horizontal trace. Okay, So based upon the condition, we can place the square plane like this. So we will be having a square shape in the front view, and also we'll be having the uh, horizontal line in the top view. Okay, so we have to mark the projections first. So for that, we can create a reference line with the name of x and y, and also we have to mention the plane names. So சிலர் வந்து இதையும் நீங்கள் மார்க் பண்ணாமல் இருக்கீங்க. So this one, so it is very very important and very very compulsory one, because it is a first angle projection. We are having four projections. So in that four projections, we will be using only first angle. Okay, so it is an indication of that. So you have to mention this also. Okay, next you can create a front view with a side value of 40 mm square. Okay, so because it is uh, the side value is 40 mm, and also the condition is perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP, so that we will be having a front view like this. And also in some problems they will give you the value, that means the height difference between the reference line. So it will be available in our both inclined condition. So here it is not mentioned. That means the distance between the reference line to the plane will be available for some problems. So here it is not mentioned. So you don't have to worry about this. You can create a square plane that should be above the reference line. Okay, you don't have to worry about this dimension for this kind of problem because it is not mentioned here. So you can create a square plane like this. So next, you have to create a top view. So the top view will be the horizontal line. So here the notations are given. So the notation is, so it is marked as A, B, C, and D. So in front view, you will be having A dash here, and B dash at here, and C dash will be here, and D dash will be here. Okay, so that is what marked here: A dash, B dash, C dash, and D dash. So you can project C dash and D dash up to the top view surfaces. Okay, because you have to mark the front view and top view in the same projection. Okay, so you have to project these two corners towards top view position. So you can create a horizontal line like this. This one is our top view, and you have to name this top view because here we are having 2 points, right? So you have to name this top view. So what will be the notation for here? So இந்த இடத்துல என்ன notation வரும்? Someone please answer me for this. You are looking the, this diagram from this direction. That means this one will be our top view. Okay. So looking from this direction, you can able to see this point, right? A dash. You can able to see this point. So you can't able to see this point, C dash and D dash. So what will be the notations? So இங்க என்ன notation வரும், இங்க என்ன notation வரும்? It is available in this diagram also. So roll number 28.
சார்
சொல்லுப்பா, இந்த பாயிண்ட்ல, அதாவது இப்போ நான் ரவுண்ட் பண்ற இந்த பாயிண்ட்ல என்ன நோட்டேஷன் வரும்?
சார் A dash of D dash, B dash of C dash, சார்.
நீ சொன்னது கரெக்ட் தான்ப்பா. because and also with that you should not mention dash at top view, right?
எஸ் சார்.
என்ன ஸ்பெஷல் பார்க்கலாம் கரெக்டா? டேஷ் வந்து ஃப்ரண்ட் வியூல தான் வரும், டாப் வியூல டேஷ் வராது. நீ சொன்னது கரெக்ட் தான் கண்ணா, ஆன்சர் கரெக்ட் தான். டேஷ் இல்லாம சொல்லுன்னு சொல்றேன்.
A of D, B of C, sir.
Yeah, it is A of D and B of C. Okay, so that is what available here also. A of D and B of C, because while looking from the top view direction you can able to see these A point and B point, and C and D is not visible, so you have to mention the point C and D within bracket. So that is what our top view, so A of D and B of C. Okay, so that's all about this diagram, and also with that you have to mark the traces. Okay, so since it is parallel to VP, you will not be having vertical trace, so you don't have to consider about vertical trace. So you have to mark only the horizontal trace. Okay, so because it is perpendicular to HP, so for marking the horizontal trace you can directly write HT in the top view. So traces அப்படின்னா என்ன? The projection from the top view, sorry, projection from the front view and top view, அது எங்க மீட் ஆகுதோ that will be our traces. So the projection from the top view is meeting directly at here, so you can directly mark HT on the top view. That is what mentioned here, it is HT. Okay, so the next condition will be directly opposite to this. That means our second problem. So இந்த problem முதல்ல புரிஞ்சுதா? So any doubt in this? Okay, no doubt, I think. So the second problem is directly opposite to the first problem. That means here it is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. Okay, so the condition is same. It is a square lamina of ABCD, side of 40 mm. So the same condition, but it should be directly opposite to the first problem. So in first problem, we are having square plane on the front view and we are having horizontal line in the top view. So in our second problem, it will be directly opposite. That means you'll be getting the square plane on the top view and you'll be getting the horizontal line as a front view. Okay, so you can create a square plane with a side value of 40 mm. Okay, so you can project, so you can name this square plane as ABCD. So because இங்கே நம்ம என்ன நேம் கொடுக்குறோமோ அந்த நேம் தான் அங்கே வரணும். ஓகே, இங்கே என்ன நேம் சொல்கிறோமோ அந்த நேம் தான் வரணும். So CD is nearer to this reference line. Okay, so CD is nearer to this reference line and AB is far away from the reference line. So you can choose your own procedure. So it is not a common procedure. So in our problem they didn't mention about CD is nearer to reference line. Okay, so in this problem it is not having a question like this. So you can mark A at here and also B at here, C at here and D at here. இப்படியும் நீ பண்ணலாம், there is no doubt. தாராளமாக நீ பண்ணலாம்ப்பா. But if you are marking a top view like this, the front view notations will vary because it is depends upon the condition of the top view. Okay, புரிஞ்சுதா? உங்களுக்கு வேணுங்கிற மாதிரி நீங்கள் தாராளமாக பண்ணலாம். So this is what our top view. So next you can project this top view to the front view direction. Okay, and you can create a horizontal line. So now you have to mark the notations in the front view. Okay, so roll number 42.
Sir,
Okay, so what is the notation will comes here? இப்போ நீ இந்த டைரக்ஷன்லேருந்து பார்க்கணும், புரியுதா? இப்போ இந்த டைரக்ஷன்லேருந்து பார்த்தா உனக்கு என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் தெரியும், என்னென்ன தெரியாது. என்னென்ன சொல்கிறது புரியுதா? யூ ஆர் லுக்கிங் ஃப்ரம் த ஃப்ரண்ட் வியூ டைரக்ஷன். ஸோ வை லுக்கிங் ஃப்ரம் த ஃப்ரண்ட் வியூ டைரக்ஷன் உனக்கு என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் தெரியும், என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் தெரியாதுன்னு கேட்குறேன். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அவர் பிளேன், ரைட்? இஸ் மார்க்ட் as ABCD. ஸோ லுக்கிங் ஃப்ரம் த ஃப்ரண்ட் வியூ டைரக்ஷன் உனக்கு என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் தெரியும் ஃபஸ்ட்டு சொல்லு.
சார் ஏபி தெரியும், சிடி தெரியும் சார்.
ஓகே, ஸோ இப்போ நோட்டேஷன் சொல்லு பார்க்கலாம்.
சார் ஏ டேஷ் டி டேஷ்.
A dash of B dash. Sorry, A dash of D dash. Okay, so next.
B dash
So
of
next
C
one.
dash.
Okay, B dash of C dash. So this is what our notation. Okay, so now you have to mark the traces. Okay, so in this problem, it is parallel to HP, so you will not be getting the horizontal trace here. So it is perpendicular to VP, so you can directly mark VT at here. So that is what mentioned in this diagram. It is vertical trace. So our front view is our vertical trace. Is it clear? Any doubt?
Sir, how many ஹைட்ல இருக்கு, எத்தனை in front of
அது
VP?
ஒன்றும் ஆக்சுவலாக மேக்ஸிமம் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸில் கொடுத்துருவாங்கப்பா, பட் இந்த கண்டிஷன் உனக்கு கொடுக்கல. ஸோ லைக் தட் எப்படி சொல்லியிருப்பாங்கன்னா அப்படின்னா அந்த பாயிண்ட் ஏ. ஸோ நம்ம ப்ரீவியஸ் கண்டிஷன் நம்ம ப்ரீவியஸ் ஹெட்டிங்கில் பார்த்த மாதிரியே, ஸோ பாயிண்ட் ஏ இஸ் 60 mm in front of VP, 20 mm above HP அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னு வச்சுக்குவோம். Okay, for example 60 mm in front of VP, so 60 mm in front of VP and 20 mm above HP. So please consider this as our condition. So 60 mm above HP. So the distance between the reference line to the front view should be 20 mm, because this A point condition is available in this problem. So point A is 60 mm in front of VP and 20 mm above HP. So அப்போ நீ point A மட்டும் consider பண்ணா போதும். Since it is a plane, they will be give you only one point condition. Okay, so point A is 20 mm above HP. Now the condition is satisfied here. So next it should be 60 mm in front of VP. That means the distance between the reference line to this point A should be 60 mm distance. So you don't have to consider this distance. So இது என்னவா வேணா இருக்கலாம், no problem. So the point A should be 60 mm distance. So here you can mark it as 60. So in the problem, so now the problem is a square lamina is ABCD, side of 40 mm is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. So there is no condition about the points, so you don't have to consider about the conditions. Is it clear? You are getting that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the third problem, so it is a perpendicular to HP and inclined at 42 degree to VP. So actually our third condition is both perpendicular condition, right? So it is a fourth condition. So here we are seeing the fourth condition, rectangular lamina of side 30 mm into 40 mm. So here we are having a rectangular plane. So since it is a rectangular plane, we will be having the length and also with that we will be having the breadth. So this one is our length of the rectangle and this one is the breadth of this rectangle. Okay, so the condition is it is perpendicular to HP and inclined at 42 degree to the VP. ஏன்னா இந்த இன்க்ளைன்ட் ஆங்கிள் கம்பல்சரி கொஞ்சம் கரெக்டாக பாருங்கள், பிகாஸ் in our tutorial problem they have given you the first problem inclined angle is 30 degree and 40 degree, but few of you has used 45 degree. ஸோ 45 டிகிரி கொடுக்கவே இல்லை. ஸோ நிறைய பேர் 45 டிகிரி வச்சு போட்டிருக்கீங்க. ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் லுக் அட் த கண்டிஷன். யூ ஷுட் யூஸ் த எக்ஸாக்ட் வேல்யூ ஆஃப் த டைமென்ஷன். ஓகே, ஸோ த கண்டிஷன் இஸ் லைக் திஸ். ஸோ வி ஹாவ் டு பிளேஸ் திஸ் ரெக்டாங்குலர் பிளேன் that should be inclined at 40 degree to the VP. So So it should be 42 degree to the VP. So you'll be having a reduced rectangle as a front view. Okay, so it is our reduced rectangle, and you will be having a inclined line on the top view. So initially you have to draw the inclined line first, because it is a reduced rectangle. So in front view we are having a reduced rectangle. So we don't know what will be the reduced value. So initially you have to draw the inclined line first. So for that you have to make the 42-degree inclined line. So the inclined line should have a 42 degree. Since it is inclined to VP, you have to mark the angle as pi. Okay. So what will be the length of this line? Whether it is 30 or 40. Can I the length on the 30 or 40?
40.
40. So length into breadth, that is our condition. Okay. So the length is 30 mm and breadth is 40 mm. So in this diagram, okay. So in this diagram, actually, this one will be our actually this one will be our sorry Kana, இது வந்து breadth into height format வச்சிருக்காங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Because this lengthy line will be 40 mm, and this shortest line will have a 30 mm. So this one actually a 30 mm distance. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? Okay. So you can create an inclined line with a length of with a length of 30 mm. So you can mark the notations like this, because while looking from the top view direction, you can able to see this A point and B point. So you can't able to see this C point and D point. So you can mark the first point as A bracket D, and you can mark the second point as B bracket C. Okay, so you can project these 2 points up to the front view position. Okay, so now you can connect these 2 points. So this one will be our reduced line, because the length of the length of the rectangle is 30 mm. So if you are looking this 30 mm in an inclined direction, you will be having a reduced value at here. So the length of this rectangle will be a reduced value. That means it will be less than 30. Okay, so now you can create the breadth. Okay, so the breadth value should be 40 mm, because you have used 30 mm at here. So now you can use the 40 mm as a breadth. Okay, and you'll be getting another two more corners. So you can connect these two corners with the horizontal line. So this line will be a reduced value, so you don't have to worry about this horizontal dimension. It is not necessary. Okay, so now you can mark the notations. So what will be the notation for this point? Because you are doing the reverse procedure, right? You have denoted the notations for top view. So you have to mark the front view notations. So here it is A bracket D. Okay, because it is our top view. So top view நமக்கு எங்க இருந்து பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும்? So மேல இருந்து கீழே. So மேல இருந்து கீழே பார்க்கும்போது you can able to see the point called A. You can't able to see the point D. So here you can mark it as A, and here you can mark it as D. Similar to that, here you can mark it as B, and here you can mark it as C. Okay. Since it is our front view, so you have to mark it as A dash and D dash, so B dash and C dash. So this is our problem, and also with that we have to mark the traces. To draw the projections and find its traces. Okay, so for doing the traces, so since it is a inclined to 40 degree to VP. So you can project this inclined line up to the reference line. So so you can project this inclined line to the reference line. Okay, so you'll be getting a point like this. So here you can mark it as small b, and also with that you have to project this point v in a vertical direction. Okay, so you will be getting a vertical line. So now you have to project the point a dash to this vertical line, and also you have to project the point b dash to this vertical line. Okay, so we'll be getting another two more points, so this point and this point. Okay, so you can connect these 2 points with the bold line, so that means a dark line. Okay, you have to connect these 2 points with a dark line. So this line will be called as vertical trace, and also it is perpendicular to HP, it is not parallel to HP. If it is parallel to HP, you will not be getting the horizontal trace. Since it is perpendicular to HP, you can directly mark the top view as horizontal trace. Okay, so it is already mentioned in our previous cases itself. So அதனால தான் உங்களுக்கு இந்த டயக்ராமில் இருக்காது. So please make a note of this, because you will in today's class you will be having a class work. So you have to solve the problems. ஸோ இப்போ எது வரைக்கும் நான் டீச் பண்ணுறேனோ அது வரைக்கும் இருக்கிற ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாமே நீங்கள் சால்வ் பண்ணியிருக்கணும். ஓகே, எனி டவுட்ஸ்? Okay, na? So the next condition is directly opposite to the third problem. So here it is perpendicular to VP and inclined 25 degree to HP. Okay, so the length and breadth is similar. So you can create a horizontal line with the name of X and Y, and you can create a inclined line of 25 degree. So here it is 25 degree to HP. So you can mark the 25 degree as theta. Okay, so you can create a inclined line. So the length of the inclined line should be 30 mm. Okay, now you can mark the notations. So the notations will be a dash bracket d dash and b dash bracket d dash, because this is our problem. So in this problem you are looking from the front view direction, so you can able to see this a point and b point, you can't able to see this c and d. Okay, so now you can project these 2 points up to the top view position. So you can connect these two corners with a horizontal line, so it will be a reduced horizontal line, and also with it you can create another two more vertical line with the length of 40 mm. So you can connect these two corners with the horizontal line. So this is our reduced top view, and also with that you have to mark the notations. Okay, so while marking the notations, uh, please look at this diagram. We're looking this diagram from this position. CD line is nearer to reference line, so here it will be D. Okay, so here it will be C, and you can mark here as A and here as B. So this is our problem, and finally you have to mark the traces. So since it is perpendicular to VP, you can directly write VT here. So front view is our vertical trace. So next you have to project this inclined line towards the reference line. So you'll be getting a point. So you can mark this point as H dash. Okay. So next you can create a vertical line like this, and you can project the point called D up to this vertical line, and also you can project point A up to this vertical line. So you will be getting another two more points. So you can create a bold line in between these 2 points. So this bold line actually our horizontal trace. ஸோ ரொம்ப நான் இப்போ பண்ண மாதிரி பண்ணாதீங்க, பிகாஸ் உங்களோட ரெஃபரன்ஸுக்காக நான் இந்த மாதிரி காமிச்சிருக்கேன். யூ கேன் கிரியேட் ஜஸ்ட் அ போல்ட் லைன், a single bold line. That is enough. Okay, so this problem is directly opposite to the third problem. Okay, pa? Any doubts? Okay. So the third case பத்தி நான் ப்ராப்ளம் இதில் கொடுக்கலன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன், கரெக்டா? So there is no problem regarding the third case, because in third case it is perpendicular to both HP and VP. So since it is perpendicular to both HP and VP, you will be getting only two vertical lines. So நான் அந்த கேசஸ்க்கே போகிறேன். So this is our third case, the plane perpendicular to both VP and HP. So you will be getting two vertical lines. So we can't able to see the plane in this diagram. So இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி மேஜராக ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு வராது, because the condition is projection of planes. So projection of planesல planes create பண்ண முடியாது. You can able to see the plane only on the side view. Okay, so we will not be discussing about the problem regarding this condition. So the last condition is both inclined condition. So regarding both inclined condition, you will be having a different problems based on the different planes. Okay, so before going to start this sixth condition, you need to know how to create the pentagon and hexagon, because you know how to create equilateral triangle, you know how to create a circle and also rectangle, square. ஸோ இதெல்லாமே நீ ஈஸியாக பண்ணிடுவீங்க. ஓகே, ஆனால் பென்டகன் அண்ட் ஹெக்ஸகனுக்கு there is a procedure, so you need to know the procedure first. Okay, so this condition, plane resting on one of its base side on HP. So the condition, first condition is a plane resting on one of its base side on HP. So in this condition you have to remember one thing. So உனக்கு ரெஸ்டாக இருக்கிறது எதர் பேஸ்ட் upon the side or based upon the edges. ஸோ அதை முதல்ல பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஸோ ரெஸ்டிங் ஆன் ஒன் ஆஃப் இட்ஸ் பேஸ் சைட் ஆன் ஹெச்பி அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்கனாலே கம்பல்சரி. ஸோ இதுக்கு முன்னாடி பார்த்த பிளேன்ஸ்லேயும் பாருங்கள். ஸோ ஒன் வியூ வில் பி அவர் பிளேன் அண்ட் another view will be a line. Okay, so in our third problem, here also one view is our rectangular plane and another view is our straight line. Second problemலையும் பார்த்தீங்கனாலுமே ஒரு வியூ ஸ்கொயர் பிளேன், ஒரு வியூ ஹரிசாண்டல் லைன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராப்ளம்லேயும் அதே தான். ஒரு வியூ வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்கொயர் பிளேன், another view is our horizontal line. So please remember one thing regarding projection of planes. You can able to see the plane in any one of the view, either from the front view or from the top view or from the side view. So remaining views will be a horizontal line, or else it will be a inclined line based upon the condition. So for this condition, the plane resting on one of its base side on HP, one of its base side on HP. Okay, so அப்படி வரும்போது you will be having the planes in the top view like this. So the front view will be on HP. That means you can create a horizontal line exactly on the reference line. So here also the horizontal line created exactly on this reference line. So one of its base side on HP அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்கனாலே on HP, so you can create the front view exactly on the reference line. Condition, so please look at the second condition, a plane resting on one of its base side on VP, base side on VP. So you can create the top view exactly on the reference line. So whatever may be the plane, you can create the horizontal line exactly on the reference line. If you receive a command like this, a plane resting on one of its base side on VP. And also you have to remember one thing in your mind clearly. So it is base side. Base side, it is not base corner. So you will be having two conditions. One is base side and another one is base corner. So for each and every planes, you will be having edges and also you will be having the corners. So for triangle, you are having three edges. So this one is our edge, and this is the second edge, and this one is a third edge. For a square, you are having four edges. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. For pentagon, you are having 5 edges. For hexagon, you are having 6 edges. Similar to that, please look at the corners. For triangle, you are having 3 corners. So this 3 will be our corner. For rectangle or square, will be having 4 corners. Okay. For pentagon, you are having 5 corners, and for hexagon, you are having 6 corners. So in the condition base side on HP ன்னு சொன்னதுனால you have to mark the side value on the left side of your diagram. So the left side of your diagram should be a side value. If a problem like this, base side on HP, you have to draw the front view on the reference line, and also the side left side should be the edge. So in the left side எல்லாமே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா edge தான் இருக்கும். So here also it is edge, here also it is edge. Diagram on the left side. Here also it is base side on VP. So you can create your top view exactly on the reference line, and the left side of this diagram should be a side. That means it should be a edge. So the left side of your diagram should be edge of this plane. Okay, so there is another condition like this. So in this condition, the plane resting on one of its corner on HP. So if you receive a command like this, on HP, you can create a front view exactly on the reference line, and also the left side should be a corner. Here also the left side is a corner. Here also the left side is a corner, and also here also the left side should be a corner. So you have to remember two things, whether it is on HP or on VP. And also with that, whether it is base side on HP or corner on HP. If you receive a command base side on HP, so the left side should be a edge. If it is base corner on HP, the left side should be a corner. So the fourth condition is a plane resting on one of its corner on VP. Since it is on VP, you can create your top view exactly on this reference line, and also with that, it is corner. It's corner on VP. So left side of your diagram should be a corner. I think you know the difference. Is the difference புரிஞ்சுதா? Any doubts? I will tell you the difference of these two diagram. One of its base side on HP ன்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்கன்னு வச்சுப்போம். Side on HP அப்படின்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஸோ இன்னொரு கண்டிஷனில் கார்னர் ஆன் HP. Okay, so corner on HP. So I'm going to create a pentagon for this side on HP. So என்னோட diagram வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா two different types. So one is side on HP and another one is corner on HP. So since it is side on HP, I have to create the edges at my left side, and also I can proceed with the diagram. So this is my diagram. It is having 5 edges and also 5 corners, and my left side is a edge. So here the second condition is corner on HP. So I have to create the corner exactly on my left side. So I have to create a diagram like this. So my left side should be a corner for this condition. Here my left side should be a edge if I receive a command like this, side on HP. Do you get my point? புரிஞ்சுதாப்பா? Any doubts? Okay. So for today's classwork, you have to solve the 4 problems. That means up to this. Okay. So first problem, second problem, third problem, and fourth problem. And after that, you have to draw the diagram for these 4 conditions. Okay, so the first condition is a plane resting on one of its base side on HP. So the second condition, a plane resting on one of its base side on VP. Here, a plane resting on one of its corner on HP, and a plane resting on one of its corner on VP. So there is no dimension for this diagram. So you can create a rough diagram. So scale pencil use பண்ணுங்க, and you can create a rough diagram, because if you draw this, you can able to remember this condition for all kind of problems. இது எல்லா ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ்க்கும் வரும்பா up to 4th unit. So please remember one thing, this condition is applicable for first unit, second unit, third unit, and fourth unit. So 5th unitலயும் சில ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ்க்கு இந்த கண்டிஷன் பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் வரும். Clear? Any doubts? First time is 9:43. Do you have any doubts? Okay, Gana. If you're not having any doubts, you can leave this class. Thank you.